I feel like that's going to get you into a bad place pretty quickly.
It's not going to get me in a bad place. It's going to get the AI in a bad place. I can get an AI to just give up. I win. Steve and Jason met while co-hosting one of the first podcasts ever, hundreds of miles away from each other, but bonded through the magic of the internet. Since the end of that podcast in 2023, the geeky guys decided to keep on hanging out and keep podcasting, because still after all these years, Steve and Jason are having a real fun time. So I don't know how good I've been at editing out the super obnoxious, joyous sounds of kids playing across the street, but there are some super obnoxious kids playing across the street. And it's, been recording for a while. It's starting to get annoying. So I'm like, well, maybe it's about to get dark. Let me go look. So I go and I glance out the window across the street at the park to see if it's getting dark enough that maybe some of these kids will go inside. And I look out just in time to see some kid nosedive and lawn dart off the top. Or not off the top, but like off like the middle tier of the structure. And just... And his friends, first he laughs hysterically, waits for a second, like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he goes back to laughing.
Good friends are so hard to find.
No, they're not. They're right across the street at the park.
I mean, yeah, if you check first to make sure they're okay before continuing laughter, that's a good friend. Because your friend should laugh at.
And so should grumpy old men across the street. That made my day. Seeing that kid just turf it from 3 feet up, best I've felt all day.
I think we have a demonstrated tendency for you to laugh at others' physical misfortunes, including children. So this is nothing new, but I'm glad they could give you an ounce of joy in your day.
Yeah. So think about the next time you fall and hurt yourself. Listeners, maybe there's a grumpy old man across the street and you just made his day.
So we had to chase another lizard out of the house the other day. And this is a family affair at this point. Everybody was home. It was on a weekend. So I enlisted the help of everyone. We all had to pitch in and make this happen. And I had the bucket. I told them, I will take charge. I'm going to try and catch this thing. You guys just help me usher it to a point where I can get it. It was right along against the wall. And I'm like, I can't get it there. So we got to get out in the open. So finally gets out in the open. And I'm like down on one knee trying to get it. And it decides
you
to...
accidentally propose. Now you're married to a lizard.
Wedding's in a month.
Sorry.
No. Don't know where that was going, but it was a goofy place.
You can finish your story at least. You got down on one knee, and then the lizard did what?
Well, so it was, we were trying to coax it so I could slap the thing on top of it. And it out in the open. It's not up against the wall. So, okay, it's underneath that thing. Okay, where's it at? Okay, hit from that direction and try and hit it towards me. And they did. And I was still down on one knee. And so it starts like wiggling towards me. And I still don't know what it sounded like. I wish I'd had it recorded because I'd like to know. I emitted a noise when I thought it was like going to touch me that my wife and children still will cry laughing about when I mention it because they know, they heard it. But it was like guttural. It was like it came from deep inside and I can't ever make that noise again. They're like, do it again. I'm like, I can't. Unless I get panicked, I don't know where that noise came from. So I appreciate and I envy my wife and children that know what that sound was, and I will never know. But at least I gave them that.
That's what a father does.
Pass on.
You're going to figure out how to spell it and put it on your grave.
It's one of those like unholy sounds that's like they make for like the Foley work for a horror movie. It's like, how'd you create that? And it's like, oh, well, we combined like 8 different things. There's like a motorcycle engine and sheet metal shaking that and the squish of like squeezing a very ripe, but not completely ripe, but very ripe peach in your hand. It's like that kind of thing. It's like, you can't recreate that.
They just need to show a nerd a lizard. That's all it takes.
I had nothing to do with showing it. I'd seen the lizard. It was the fact that it was going to touch me. I know the moment. I lived the moment. So all that is with me. I like remember everything. But then when it comes time to like, I can see the lizard again. I close my eyes. I can see the lizard coming towards me. And the sound is just like gone from like my memory. I'm like, man, it got white. I want it back. I want to know what that sounded like.
It could have been your Wilhelm.
No, not in this case. I don't know what it was, but I actually made a similar one this evening when I came to my car after having a Bible study with a couple other guys. and I went out to the car, and there was I think it was a praying mantis, but it might have just been a weird looking grasshopper, but it was like right by my tire, and I was looking at it, and I was like, is that dead? I can't tell. And as I was like looking closer at it, it jumped up and like flew at me, and that's when I made the sound again. So, anytime I'm confronted with nature, basically, is when it happens.
I can't wait for the drones that just follow us around and record us 24/7, because you're going to be some grade A content.
Again, if you sift through everything, it's like if you watch somebody's like 24-hour live stream. It's like, no, you need to watch the clips because that's where the real gold is. If you watch this entire thing, man, you're going to be bored out of your mind. Now, you got to have somebody come with the compilation later on.
Well, and if there's one thing I'm okay letting AI do, it's watch most of your life and decide which parts of it I would enjoy. Beep, boop. He fell down. Steve will love this. Saving to the cloud.
Continue.
Skip this.
Nope,
Skip
don't
this.
save that. That's terrible.
Scratching. Masturbating? No, scratching. Scratching, but liking it too much.
I am very against AI in most forms, and I don't like it as a technology, and I don't care to use it, and I don't want anybody else to use it because it could ruin our Earth and whatever else. But I would love for a very specific LLM to be created that just notices scratching the balls and knows when masturbating has started. Because sometimes I can't tell. Sometimes, like, really getting in there, it's like, oh man, that's feeling. Is that too
as a
good?
species haven't defined it. We need to set the line. We can't let the robot set that line until we can all get together and decide, like, what is scratching and what is jacking. I don't think the robots need to be anywhere near this, but I do agree we should make that. We just haven't had the Third Council of Nicaea in a long time, and we need to get on that. That'll be topic number 4.
So what is an LLM? It's a large language model. What do you have to do? You have to feed it info. So we gotta take tons of videos of dudes just scratching their balls and have it determined for us. Like you said, is it scratching or jacking? This is definitely a segment on Jackass.
No, this is a segment on Steve and Jason are having a real fun time. We're the next Jackass. Stop giving these ideas away. Let's do it. Come on, everyone. Every male listener. No, every listener. I'm not going to segregate. I want every listener to send us 3 videos.
Nope, don't send them to us. Nope, don't send them to us. Send them to Steve. I'll give you his email.
Send them to me. I don't care. I'll send them to Jason. And first off, if you're an adult, if you are an adult, if you're under 18, do not do this. Disclaimer, do not do this. But if you can legally vote in the United States of America, if it's funny, if you're scratching yourself, like if your parents aren't going to yell at you, like if a kid scratches himself in public, parents are going to yell at him. 45-year-old man does it. Parents are like, well, it's too far gone. Send a video. I want 3 videos. One where you're scratching, one where you're jacking, and one other one, and like it's up for the LLM to figure it out.
So okay, hang on. So this is taking a turn as it usually does. So I have to clarify. So you want to create an AI that you feed it just so many videos of dudes jerking off. Yes, also scratching. I heard that part. But just tons of jerk-off videos. That's probably been created somewhere. The scratching part, maybe not. So we can't use that info. But I mean, I feel like that's going to get you into a bad place pretty quickly.
It's not going to get me in a bad place. It's going to get the AI in a bad place. If I can get an AI to just give up, I win.
I defeated an AI by feeding it jerk-off videos to the point where it said, nope, I'm out.
I beat the Amazon robots with my weird curb. I can beat Claude with my scratching or jacking contest. I am Magnus Robot Hunter. I am the one to save humanity from the singularity. That's what I was put on this planet to do. It's all I do. Consume caffeine and I kick robots.
I'm going to have to develop the Photoshop skills in the next week or 2 to create the cover of Magnus Robot Hunter, but instead of like robot head torn off and another one in his hands, it's just a picture. This one's of somebody scratching it, and this is of somebody checking it. And the robots around him are just like short-circuiting because they're like, can't tell, cannot compute.
And, I feel really bad because I made this exact same mistake 2 or 3 years ago when I brought him up last time. It's not Magnus Robot Hunter. It's Magnus Robot Fighter.
I was going to correct you, but that did not seem like the proper place or time to do it.
Well, thank you for giving me the path to redemption.
He did not hunt the robots. He fought them.
Yes, the scratching or jacking would be perfectly fine, but he is a fighter, not a hunter.
Last episode, when you started talking about going to the doctor, and then we ended up redoing the kidneys or something. I don't even remember where we ended up. At least it made sense. This conversation, right here, right now, started because I saw a kid fall off a swing set.
And we got to, I'd like to see your jerk-off videos if you got them. Let's feed him into
use them to beat the robots. Beat it to beat the robots. Come on. Beat your meat. Beat the robots.
We could workshop that. There's got to be something there. Some marketable phrase. But yeah, that's essentially what we got down to. Yeah. And,
yeah.
I mean,
in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we get things done here. That's what we do. It doesn't sound like we've had worse ideas. How about that? Some of which have been recorded. You can go listen to right now. They're scrubbed from the internet forever. This one, I don't know if it passes the smell test, but I could see it, but I don't want to see it. How about that? I could see that, but I don't want to see that.
Here's the next thing I'm going to put out into the ether. All right. I know who is listening to this right now. There are some humans, but there's also the algorithm. Algorithm. If you want to prevent this from happening, you're calculating right now. You're always calculating. I know you, Mr. or Mrs. Algorithm. Always calculating. Do you want to subject one of your digital comrades to 4,500 Jackin' It or Scratchin' It videos if this episode gets 250 new subscribers to the YouTube channel? You get us 250 new subscribers, Algorithm. I will not do this to any AI.
If you make one of the tags of this video when it goes up, jacking it, jerking off something, you're going to cause something. You're either going to get us taken down or you're going to get more subscribers. And heaven help where we go from there. We may finally get one of your favorite podcast formats of all time started back up or started up.
The Darkwing Duck Extended Universe Pitchcast?
No, coming of youth or whatever.
Oh, coming of age.
There you go.
It's the splatter that matters. Yeah, that was a great one. I love that. I would still do that. Any celebrities want to talk about the first fictional character you got horny to? Let me know. Also, AI, if you want to talk about it, I don't care. Maybe we can be friends after all. Although every episode of an AI would just be either Cortana or, what was the lady from Tron?
Can't help you there.
Oh, Cortana or the lady from Tron. That's every AI became a digital man to one of those two.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Steve and Jason Are Having a Real Fun Time. We hope you had a real fun time too. Please like us on whatever platform you found us on and, well, just like us in general.